Waiting for a diagnosis. Hello and welcome to ASD. We are run by autistic people for autistic people. It would be more accurate to say that we are here for autistic people who are only lightly touched by autism. As I'm sure you've heard, autism is a spectrum disorder. What does that mean? It means autistic people can be affected by autism in many different ways. There are people who are unable to function without a lot of support, and there are people who can live independently. If you are watching this, you are likely to be one of those. No one autistic person is like another autistic person, but we do all share common traits. And there are stereotypes around autism that you might have heard. Like, autistic people don't have empathy. Autistic people are robots. Or autistic people don't like being centre of attention. This may be true for some. However, over the years, I have met autistic actors and autistic carers, so this shows those stereotypes are not correct. I have worked for the NHS supporting autistic people, and I have worked for charities doing the same, which makes me a case in point. I found out I was on the spectrum late in life, maybe like you are now. I can still remember how I felt when I found out I was on the spectrum, and how it affected me at the time. I hope this film will help other people going through the process prepare for that moment better. Having screened many people, I have experienced their reactions when given the results of autism tests, and people have also shared their feelings with me. Some people are disappointed that there is a name for what they have because they thought they were unique. Some people think now they have a condition that everyone around them will be understanding and make allowances for them. Some people think they should get special treatment. Others think they should get benefits to help them. Many think they have the law on their side and will be understood more by other people. Some people think the world should change for them. This is because autism can make a person see the world only from their point of view. We need to be aware of how autism can make us look to other people around us if we want to get on with others. Also, autism can make a person see the world only in terms of right and wrong or black and white, meaning there is only one way to do a thing. We need to be aware of this because that way of thinking can upset other people. We will come back to these 2 points because they can be a real barrier for getting on with neurotypicals, or NTs as we call them. NTs are non-autistic people we share the world with. Let's now look at the diagnosis process. Do you know how the diagnosis process works? Many people think there is a blood test or something equally as exact to inform you. It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. The process involves a number of medical people talking to you and your family and friends about your life. What were you like as a child? Did you need support at school? How did you get on in the world today? And things like that. Once they have gathered the information they require, the medical people discuss their findings and all vote on what they think based on their knowledge and experience. Then you are autistic or not. Do you know what help you will get after the diagnosis? Not much is the simple answer. There are some benefits you can try and get if you feel you need them. Those tend to be assessed, meaning you need to prove you need them. Just being autistic doesn't mean you will get them, like PIP, Personal Independence Payment. It's a benefit from the Department of Work and Pensions. It helps with some of the extra costs people may have to pay when you have a long-term illness or disability. There is of course support you can get from places like here at ASD or autism services run by charities in your local area. A diagnosis can help you in the workplace if you are experiencing problems fitting in, but you need to inform your employer. Employers should make reasonable adjustments to help you around your disadvantage. However, not everyone does what they should. Be aware of this. Do you think your life will change for the better? If you think everyone is going to be understanding now you are on the spectrum, this is unlikely to happen. Autism will make you think you have the right to be understood in many cases, because it makes sense to you as an autistic person, and society says it wants to help the disadvantaged. The main problem with this thinking is most people have no idea what autism is, and they have their own problems to deal with, and don't have time to understand you. This is something autistic people have a problem understanding because of autism. It is hard to imagine what it is like to be someone else for many autistic people, and we don't realise other people are fallible. Many of us think NTs don't have problems of their own, or we simply don't understand what their problems could be. They run the world after all, don't they? Do you think you need a diagnosis? Getting a diagnosis late in life is difficult because it takes so long to carry out and involves so many people. It also costs a lot of money, and the NHS does not like spending that money. My advice on this would be, if you are experiencing a lot of problems at work and with family and friends, then having a piece of paper saying you are autistic might help get medical help and benefits more easily, as many NTs need that before they will help you. If, however, you manage well enough and people just think you are a little weird sometimes, going to all that trouble of diagnosis isn't really going to help you that much, if at all. Many people I have supported have told me that they just have to know for sure, which brings us back to the 2 points raised earlier in the film. If this is you, then try to get a diagnosis. But self-diagnosis is a real thing, and many organisations accept this as well. Autism can make you think in absolute terms. It has to be right or it has to be wrong. It can make you only see the world from your point of view. Try to remember this when you interact with NTs and give them a chance to have their opinion, even if it's wrong. You will get on with people much better that way. You cannot make NTs see the world your way most of the time, and trying will only make your life harder. There are good people and there are bad people. This is never going to change. Learn this important point. Many NTs do not want you to show them the right way to do something. It's their loss, not yours. You can still do the right thing, that won't change. What makes us different is other people. If we lived in a world of autistic people, we would not have a disorder, but we don't. If you want to live a better life as an autistic person, then you need to learn to get on with NTs, or at least put up with them. They are not going to change for you no matter how much paperwork you wave at them. People do not understand autism, and many people only know what autism is from what they have heard on the news. And in the news, autistic people are most often portrayed as doing something wrong. Telling NTs you are autistic can make them treat you differently, and not in the way you might have wanted. Sometimes it's better to let them think you are just a little strange. But do remember, autism does make you think differently to other people, and we can't expect the world to change for us. If you leave it all up to others to do all the changing, you might not get the best out of your life. Please feel free to disagree with me or share your experiences in the comments. There is no right or wrong, only what works. Hearing what others have gone through can help us all change for the better. You can contact us at support@autisticsupport.co.uk if you would like us to address other issues that might interest you. I hope this film helped some of you who are waiting to be one of us. And if it didn't, tell us why. Thanks for watching.